Yo, yo, yo. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Max&JuanCast live show. I'm back at it with my boy Max. How you doing?
Doing good, man. Excited to talk about some football. I mean, are you going to just ignore the elephant in the room? Look at you. You didn't even put the pick'ems on there. The record was in the notes. You didn't do it.
Yeah. Okay. I'll give you a deal, bro. Next week, I'll do the graphic right. First of all. Second of all, I'll put the record and I'll put a big old fucking sign that says winner right there on your forehead. Winner, because you won it. It's done. It's over. Well, you're up by what? Three games?
I'm up by 3, so you'd have to go opposite of me every game to tie
and
me.
I'll have to tie.
Yeah. So you're calling it in?
I'm calling it in. I'm calling it in.
Damn.
All right. I got too much integrity. I'm not gonna do it for the sake of the pick'ems. I'm not gonna pick a team that I don't believe in. Who the fuck am I to pick the fucking Chiefs? Fuck the Chiefs.
Honestly,
that's how we started off today.
I just want to say after that was the most impressive showing. 0-4 and 1-3, a total of 1-7 picking the games. Jesus Christ, that's bad.
Yeah, we're both bad. Really bad last week. Hey, I think everyone was bad last week though. All right, all the underdogs seemed to win. It was amazing, dude. Check that out. We talked all about it on our recap. Today though, second to last pick'em episode, bro. Can you believe it?
That we go to NBA pick'ems every day. We're gonna have a pick'em show.
19 weeks in.
Jesus Christ. I feel kind of sad, dude, because this is like one of my favorite parts of our show. I know we don't do a whole lot, but this is like definitely the pick'ems is like nice. You get bragging rights. No. Pretty sure you won last year, so I'm taking my crown back because I play with my food.
Oh, so you admitting that you lost last?
I don't remember. I mean, I could go look real quick. I mean, it's not like it's a big deal.
I came back in the playoffs. Your ass didn't want to. You didn't want to count the playoffs when it most mattered. That's what happened.
Mistakes were made. I'll just put it like that. Probably.
Look, I know. You know what we've been slacking on, bro?
What?
We've been slacking on Soul Pick of the Week. We've been dodging that.
I mean, dude, it's too hard. We would have lost our souls last week, man.
Yeah, probably. I definitely would have. But are we gonna do something like a punishment for me or what? Because I lost?
No. Just bragging rights.
Just brag. That's it.
What do you want to do? You want to get a tattoo?
Man. Fuck no. How'd you go from nothing to a tattoo?
Because your ass wanted. You like punishment. You're a sick type of guy. So basically, we only have 2 games to pick this week, right?
Yeah.
Before we get into it, can I just say it's been 2 years since Kobe, bro. It's kind of crazy to think about.
And look, you stole the words out of my mouth, man. I got a graphic ready for him, even though I didn't get a record graphic. Yeah, I got a graphic.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Kobe, man. Like Max said, 2 years from today. Always got to remember Kobe, man. And if you guys don't know, we do a lot of NBA discussions on here, and we do a lot of NBA videos, special kind of videos. We did a special video for Kobe. Didn't get much views, didn't get much love as our other ones, but it's a great video, man. I suggest you guys go check it out if you guys are Kobe fans. And RIP to everyone that lost their lives in that tragedy. You know, can't forget the victims of that. His daughter, other people. Rest in peace to them, man. Can't believe it. It seems crazy. I mean, it is insane that ever since Kobe has passed away, things have just been going fucked up in the world. It seems like
COVID right after Kobe. Like
I know it's like
COVID.
Yeah, it seems like COVID was getting blocked by Kobe, man. Kobe was the one stopping all that shit, probably.
Did I tell you the crazy story I had of like when it happened? We were at like a game, one of our games ready to coach, and I was like,
"Yeah,
should probably try to buy tickets for the next game because this is going to be insane." Right. Bought the tickets for $500 each. The seller canceled them, and next time I checked, they were $30,000 each. And I was like, "Oh my god, I can't afford those." Insane. But dude, it's just crazy. I mean, when you look at the graphic, you just see like 78 to 2020. It's like the dude was 42. He had a lot of life left to give.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, my dad's older than Kobe. Like, It's just crazy to think about, man. You just got to think about his family and all his friends and people who actually knew him and like meant a lot to people. But, I think we should just try to do the most Kobe thing and just like keep grinding, push on. Don't let like feelings get us down. It's a celebration of Kobe. It's sad he's gone, but let's not make it all about the sadness. That's how I look at
Yeah,
things.
yeah. Hey, shout out to Kobe, man.
Yeah.
My favorite basketball player by far, not even close. Pretty sure he's Max's too.
That's Russ, actually.
It's no, definitely not. Well, look, depending on some time gaps, because I'm talking for forever. We'll get into some NBA, okay? But like always, guys, if you guys are new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, baby. Hit the like button, hit that comment. Comment down whatever you want. We're on social media also, Instagram, Twitter, Max_JuanCast. And audio listeners, can't forget about y'all. You
You
guys
never
are delayed.
do. You
Look,
never
you
do.
guys are delayed on the audio side. Come over onto YouTube, bro. You like YouTube, you'll get it live, you'll get the live reactions and interactions with us and all that good stuff. But we appreciate you guys regardless. If you guys are listening to us on our audio platform, scroll down below, man. Hit that subscribe, write us a review, 5-star rate us if you guys are on that Apple iPhone. I know it's all iPhone gang out here. Gang, gang, gang. But that's besides the point. Championship weekend, AFC, NFC, Max. Where you want to steer us, bro?
Let's go with the early game, which would be the AFC Championship game. We got the Cincinnati Bengals, the surprising team of the playoffs for sure, at the Kansas City Chiefs. And man, Patrick Mahomes, fourth straight AFC Championship game. Guy's never been on the road in the playoffs. Is this Super Bowl 3 for the Chiefs?
I mean, it's looking like it. Look, let's get into a couple of narratives, okay? If the Chiefs win this game, everyone's gonna be like, Cincinnati, lucky to be here anyway. They're the Bengals. I mean, they're ahead schedule. I've been calling them the Atlanta Hawks of football ever since they've been going on this playoff run. And Joey B will have so many more playoff chances to get there. But Max, if they win this game, if they beat the Kansas City Chiefs, where do you rank Joe Burrow? Like, I would
To me,
argue,
he's top 10 right now.
really,
He easily. Is he not? He's not top 10. Somewhere in the top 10. I don't know where I'm saying. You could just safely say top 10. He has a Super Bowl and say he wins Super Bowl. You might have to look at him 5.
oh my
Five to
goodness.
5-1, somewhere in there. I mean, obviously not 1 or 2, but maybe 4. I
Yeah.
don't know, Juan. It's crazy to think about, man. It's like he's also got the bravado. Like, I
Mhm.
know he's Patrick Mahomes, he's got the magic, Josh Allen, but I feel like Joe Burrow like relishes like people rooting against him, and the other guys haven't really ever been rooted against like Joe Burrow.
Yeah. No, I agree, man. I mean, Joe Shiesty, he has all the confidence. He has so many nicknames. Joey B, uh, Joe
Joe Burrow
Shiesty, Joe Burr, Joe Burr, the
and Joe
one when he's wearing
Burrow.
this, yeah, Joe Burrow. Dude, it'll be absolutely insanity. But you look at the totality of the game, and this offensive line scares the shit out of me. I was trying to think of what team can you think, like if they do go on to win the Super Bowl, who has had a worse offensive line than this Cincinnati Bengals team?
Denver against the Seahawks in the Super Bowl, maybe. I
Yeah,
don't know. My key for the game is how many sacks can the Bengals give up and still win. Like the
yeah,
number's got to be what, 9? That was what it was last week.
right.
It's incredible one. It's like for a Super Bowl team, you always think like, let's think about the Eagles that went there. The Patriots always have good O lines. The Colts when they went, the Saints the last 4 years have had great O lines, and it's just
Yeah,
like this team can't block for much time for Joe Burrow. And yeah, Joe Burrow sometimes holds on to the ball because he wants to be aggressive, but man, he's a wizard back there. Like, okay, he got sacked 9 times. How many times should he have been sacked? Probably like 14. But he's
yeah.
making a guy miss, manipulating the pocket.
You know what though? He's kind of a veteran in a way that sometimes he does just take the sack. He does the
Mm-hmm.
right thing. with typical like young players and quote unquote gunslingers. They try to do too much. Like you kind of seen that a little bit of Josh Allen his first 2 years. Like, oh, I'm gonna escape. I'm gonna throw it downfield because I can. I got a cannon of an arm and throw a pick. I haven't really seen that of Joe Burrow the last, I would say, about what 6 weeks. It seems like he's on an absolute fucking tear, bro. He's
Whenever the
only
Ravens
thrown one
started, when
pick.
they said, what did they say? Wink Martindale made a comment about Joe Burrow and he threw for like 500 yards.
Yeah,
And
saying
then he
he's
threw for,
good.
yeah.
He's good, but let's not put a yellow jacket on him just yet.
And then I think a couple weeks later against Kansas City, they beat Kansas City 34-31. Remember
Yeah,
on the red zone, they had like 8 tries to get in and they
yeah.
couldn't do it. And they just settled with the field goal.
I rewatched that game and I came away saying their defense, the Cincinnati Bengals defense will have a problem if they play that coverage again. I'm going to put that out there. If they wind up playing that weak ass zone ass coverage, Patrick Mahomes is going to tear them apart. But the Bengals haven't really been doing that in the playoffs, surprisingly. They've been throwing like a lot of stuff out there. Like, especially against the Raiders, they played a little bit of mixture of man and zone. And they haven't been doing that all year. They've been one of the best, quote unquote, zone coverage teams in the NFL. And same thing against the Titans. They were switching it up. They're blitzing here and there. They threw a little bit of man. They threw a little bit of zone. So hopefully they keep the same game plan these last 2 games rather than that regular season game. Because I tell you this, they were Jamar Chase making an incredible play away from getting blown out in that game twice. Like literally, it was on the verge of being the difference between 21-0 and 21-7. Like that's the difference. And it's literally these huge Jamar Chase plays. And I'm not talking about like downfield. Like the first touchdown he had, little 10-yard hitch, he makes like fucking the whole defense miss. Like, and he's just like, hey, I got track speed. I'm the fastest guy in the NFL almost, besides Tyreek Hill. I'm just gonna run past everyone. Like, they were that close away from getting blown out. And you got to give them props on the offense, just staying in that game. Like, I'm shocked now rewatching it that they won that game, because that week I was more involved into the Raiders playing the Colts. So I didn't get to watch the game live like I wanted to. But what are your thoughts, bro?
When you watched that game, did you think the Chiefs ever really got stopped on offense?
No, not at all. Not
And
at
it's
all.
crazy to me because I looked up the stats and then I went back and rewatched some of the game. I rewatched mostly the second half. Kelsey and Hill only had 11 catches for 65 yards.
Yeah.
I feel like if
Kind of
you get
slowed
that
down.
again, you're thinking, wow, we have an amazing chance to win this game, right? If you see that, you're like, huh, no big deal.
Yeah.
That's fine. But the Chiefs have a good offense. It's not always Kelsey and Hill. Sometimes Mecole Hardman steps up. And the O-line, I think, has been really good for the Chiefs. Buffalo couldn't really get pressure on Mahomes, and even when they did, he just makes them miss.
Yeah.
But I would say the Bengals have a better D-line than the Bills, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Like, to me, I look at Trey Hendrickson, and no one on the Bills is as good as Trey Hendrickson. And I know he's banged up, and they got DJ Reader. The loss of Ogunjobi hurts for sure, and the Bengals D-line's hurt. But on the other end, we already know about Tyrann Mathieu. He might not play. He's in the concussion protocol. Let's not try to predict it.
He'll be fine.
You say that, right? But Taylor Rapp's been in it for 2 weeks. He's just coming back. You never know. But yeah, like I agree with you on most guys. They come back in a week. Rashad Fenton's banged up. And you were talking about Jamar Chase big play away. You can't just leave Jamar Chase on an island with Rashad Breeland, Jerjavius Ward. They're good man-to-man corners, but you need a shutdown corner for.
I mean, that's Spagnola's fucking recipe, dude. He loves to do it. He loves to blitz. He's kind of got a little Todd Bowles in him. Like, he has that I don't give a fuck mentality, and I'm going to leave my corners on an island. You can't do that with Jamar Chase, man. And I feel like this is going to go one or two ways. Like, it's either going to be a super close game or the Bengals are going to get blown out. Like, are they going to be able to keep pace with the Chiefs? Last week, the Chiefs showed me their most complete game on offense. That was the best they looked from start to finish. Like, yeah, you look at Pittsburgh, like Yeah, they fucked them up. They blew them out, but they struggled in the first quarter. Like weird stuff was happening. Everyone's like, "Oh, here we go." Like Chiefs taking a while to wake up. You got to be careful if you're Kansas City. Like you can't fall asleep in the first quarter and try to wake up. You got to go full force like you did against the Buffalo Bills and go full steam ahead. Like there's no other way.
Well, I think that starts with not making careless mistakes. Don't have a tip pass get picked off. Don't Andy Reid come in with some stupid ass bullshit play where Blake Bell's running the option with
He
arms.
he did it in this game too. It's crazy that he uses Blake Bell so fucking much.
I did. I swear to God, Andy Reid wanted Blake Bell to play quarterback coming out of college, but now I don't understand. I just think for the Chiefs, this is a good matchup for them. Like I understand, like it's a bad matchup leaving Jamar on an island, but you don't have to do that. You could have a safety over the top. And honestly, if I'm the Bengals, I'll live with T. Higgins beating me. He's a good receiver. Tyler Boyd, sure. But you got to stop Jamar Chase, a.k.a. Jamar.
Yeah.
So that's what I think. I think that's going to be a key.
And we'll see how Melvin Ingram plays because, I mean, I would argue the interior of the line of the Bengals is not as bad as the edges. Like, let's see how Isaiah Prince can hold up against Melvin Ingram because that's who he's going to be going against. Like, Chris Jones is going to do his thing regardless.
Yeah. I mean, how good would you say Melvin Ingram has been for them? I'd say he's been really good.
I mean, last game he looked really good.
I mean, do you think he's making more of an impact than Frank Clark? I know Frank Clark has some moments, but
yeah, no, Melvin Ingram's the best edge rusher on that team.
Well, here's the thing with the Bengals one. Do you think this moment's too big for them? Or do you think they just go into like, we don't give a fuck? Joe Burrow.
I don't think so.
Like we hit the point where it's too big of a moment.
Right. And I think we would have seen it already. That would have been at home, like against the Raiders. You would have seen it. You didn't see that. Like, I think that ship has sailed. They know that they're good enough to play playoff football. Like, this is not too big of a stage, especially with Joe Burrow, man. Like, they'll be good. The one thing is, it's just the offensive line. That's what scares you. That's the main thing with this game, dude. Is the offensive line. Like, everything else, they'll be able to match up. Like, how is T. Higgins gonna play? T. Higgins, he was dropping a couple passes last week. So we'll see, man. I'm going with the Chiefs right off bat. I'm making my pick. I know it's early, but I'm going with the Chiefs at least 35 to 24.
I like that score. So you went 35-24. Honestly, I'm going to go with the Chiefs too. I'm a little worried about the Bengals just because sometimes underdogs win. We saw that 3 times last weekend. So I'm going to go with the Chiefs 28-14.
Yeah.
I have one last big question for you whenever you're ready.
No, go ahead.
If the Bengals score a go-ahead touchdown, is 13 seconds too much time on the clock?
Yeah.
So try to leave. So let's see if we can, 12 will be a change.
Well, how many timeouts do they have?
If they have 3 timeouts, 13 seconds is way too much.
Yeah.
So what's the cutoff? 8 seconds? You got time for one play?
Yeah, 8 seconds. No, I wouldn't even. How long did that that Travis Kelce play?
It was 4 seconds.
4 seconds? Yeah, so they'll probably have enough for at least 2 plays.
What were you gonna say, Juan?
It's absolutely insane. I mean, I'm just looking at it from, who do we want to see in the Super Bowl as far as a entertainment standpoint? Would you rather see the Bengals or the Chiefs? Like, I know for my fandom, I want the Bengals to win. I want them to win the whole thing. I'm rooting for the Bengals. I ain't rooting for the Chiefs. But as an entertainment standpoint, looking at it from a straight just football fan, for the masses, who's more entertaining? Who do you want to see?
I mean, obviously, Chiefs and Mahomes are going to be entertaining. That's what all the mainstream fans know. But, I wouldn't be disappointed if the Bengals made it. They're fun as shit. You wouldn't want to see Jamar and Joe Burrow in the Super Bowl?
I think it depends on their opponent. I think that's what
I think both opponents in the NFC are built to beat the Chiefs and teams like the Bengals, where it's pass rush, corners, and a pretty good. I mean, could you make the case that the Niners and the Rams are more complete teams than the Bengals and Chiefs?
I wouldn't. Bengals, yes. Chiefs, no.
I mean, good pass rush is a nightmare for the Bengals, and both of the NFC teams have that.
True. So it'll be hard. But I think that's a great segue to the NFC. Rams, Niners, third round. This is the last and final matchup, bro. And look, I wish I can be a stat genius like ESPN. I don't know what the record is. I just know the past couple of years, it's been bad for
I
teams
think
like
it's
the Niners.
six or
Six
seven
straight.
straight, and 2-0 this year. But you know what, Juan? It's tough to beat a team 3 times in a row.
Man, that's what I'm saying, dude. I feel like this. The pass rush for the Rams has to match the intensity with the defensive line for the 49ers. Straight up. The Rams, they came out to play last week. They whooped the Bucs offensive line's ass. Straight up and down the field. That needs to happen again. And I feel like the recipe for that is keeping a fucking lead, Rams. You had these dudes on the ropes the last time you played them. What was it? 14-0 going into the half before
17.
17-0. You guys had them on the ropes, man. And the Niners, they haven't been in the position, Max, where they have to pass the ball. The last 2 weeks, really. I can even argue 3 weeks. Because even though they were down 17-0 at the half, they got a field goal. They wound up cutting it down to, I believe, 13 points. Because I think it was
And then they got the ball and they ran the ball, scored a touchdown.
They were able to run the ball still against Dallas. They were able to control the ball game and run the ball, obviously, because they were up most of the game. And then, of course, last week against the Packers couldn't get away from them. They were still in a one-possession type game. What were they able to do? Run the ball. So the recipe is the same thing what they did to Brady, the same thing they got to do to the 49ers. Let them play down. Let Jimmy G be the guy to beat you. Like, he's going to have to pass the ball 30 plus times. If I'm a Niner fan, if you tell me Jimmy G's going to have 31 attempts, I'm going to say, fuck, we probably lose. I think if he has under 25, we probably win. That's the way this game has to go. Jimmy G is the key. Like, you gotta make him throw interceptions, and you gotta just let him throw the ball in general. Do not let Elijah Mitchell and Deebo Samuel dictate this game, because that's what the Niners love.
You said it very well, Juan. We already know about the Niners run game. We know what the Jimmy G's a loose cannon. Joey goes from loving him to hating him, our resident 49er fan. It's just, in my opinion, Juan, you can't trust the fucking guy. You really can't. How many times have we seen, like, this is what I said to Joey. You know that play where he threw the interception right before halftime? When he got out of the pocket, Juan, and started doing off-schedule shit, in your mind, were you like, oh, this is going to end up badly?
Yeah.
And that's the key. You got to move him off his spot. The 49ers left tackle, Trent Williams, he's banged up. He's good to play, they say, but he's been listed on the injury report. They don't know if he has an ankle sprain. They don't know if it's high or low. You kind of got to get after him, man. And the right tackle, Tom Compton, he's like the Bucs right tackle we just witnessed, who was a turnstile. Von Miller's been playing great. And we talk about this every time the Rams play. Star power. There's no other team in football that epitomizes star power more than the Rams. Because, do you know how many picks they have in the draft? Oh, wait, they have 1 or 0, whatever. They traded it all for Stafford, Von Miller, Ramsey.
Yeah.
But are we going to argue that didn't pay off? Because the Rams, when they needed big plays, and let's be real, they beat the fuck out of the Bucs. They did.
They whooped their ass.
Their fumbling problems are their own fault. I know Tom Brady mounted that comeback when he was stripping the ball away from all those guys on defense. I know it was him. But when you cough up the ball 4 times and win a game, you were kicking their ass.
Yeah.
And I just think the Rams, they're playing hot. We said it with the Arizona game. Whatever team wins this game might be like a jumping off point for playing well. And if the Rams can get 2 halves of football, I think they're tough to beat, man. We see 1.5 halves. Like, they were good through 3.5 quarters.
Yeah.
And then, oh, shit. Uh-oh. We're going to
like
start
complete
self-imploding.
domination, too.
And let's be real, the Rams came out and they dominated the 49ers.
Yeah.
But just stop the run game, stop the Deebo Samuel sweeps, bullshit, guard the middle of the field because that's all Jimmy likes to throw to. And take care of business, man. Aaron Donald, have a big game. Von Miller.
Yeah.
And on the injuries, real quick one, I'll give you the updates. Whitworth is going to be playing for this game, and Taylor Rapp. They're both returning. Hopefully that means no more Eric Weddle. Ernest Jones, the Rams linebacker, has a good chance to play. Sebastian Joseph Day and Darrell Henderson have been activated from the IR. So we'll see if they get some minutes. And Trent Williams is banged up, and Jeff Wilson's banged up.
Yeah.
Just because I think it's interesting Henderson's coming back, one, because, like, where are you at with Akers right now? After a great showing of 2 fumbles and one was like, oh, my God, Falcons-level fumble.
Yeah. I still think you need to get Cam Akers involved. I still think he's the best running back on that roster.
How much better than Michelle? I think it's night and day.
Yeah, he's the best one by far. You know, let's cut him a break. He went into on the rehab list, getting rehab for his torn Achilles, and he's walking into playoff football. That's a big fucking difference, man. Like, he hasn't been getting hit for 4+ months. It's a long time, man. So I'm going to give him the pass. I don't think that's going to happen. I think as a team, they were just fucking up, man. They were imploding, you know?
Cooper Kupp fumbled.
High snaps. Yeah, Cooper Kupp, one of your most dependable guys, one of your best players, you know? Shit was happening. You still got to roll with Cam Akers, and I think McVay wants to. Like, they gave him 20+ carries, and he didn't even rush for over 100. Like, the attempts, they're important. Like, you just have to run the ball. And I was saying it last week, they got to find that blend again where, okay, let's keep in the Jared Goff shit, the easy stuff, get our offense going. But when the chips are on the line, big plays, remember, you got Stafford. You got a guy that can read a 0 blitz and throw a fucking dime in the air to Cooper Kupp with the game on the line. You have that. But let's not play hero ball. Let's not play Matthew Stafford is all we got. Guns blazing. Air it out offense. No. Keep it simple. Keep the offense good. Now, the 49ers, like I said, the attempts with Jimmy and, you know, the run game, they want to make this game a muck. Like, they want to make it as ugly as possible. Because I tell you this, Max, in an ugly game, who are you picking right off bat? You're picking the Niners. It's not even close.
Good thing
I
the
trust
game's
them
in
in
a
an ugly
fucking
game.
dome, Juan. Beautiful weather in that dome.
But what did they make the Cowboys game? It was an ugly game. That's their recipe. They want to make it a muck. They want to make it as ugly as fucking possible. Like, okay, you want to take this where we're exchanging field goals? All right, be my fucking guest. But when it comes down to a shootout, it's a wrap. They cannot win that way. The 49ers got only one way of winning, and it's an ugly game. That's what kind of scares me about them. They're still extremely good. They are in a complete team besides the quarterback. Straight up. Like, they're as complete
the most
as they
important
can get.
position.
Yeah. Straight up.
It's a tough game to pick one, and I love that you brought up the running attempts. In the 2 games this year, the Rams have run the ball 37 times for 116 yards, and the Niners have run it 75 times for 300.
No.
That's insane. That's almost twice the amount. That is twice the amount of carries. And that's, I mean, I get one game was a blowout, but man, like you said, if you can cut the run attempts down because you get play from ahead, if they can get off to like a 14-point lead, and I know they just did, like, it kind of puts your ass to the wall. And it's not a regular season game. I know it was do or die for them, but the Rams had nothing to play for. They were going to the playoffs regardless. But let's see, man. This is why you make the Stafford trade one. This is why Jared Goff holds your team back. And Stafford, Like, what's the chances Goff wins that game in Tampa?
None. He doesn't make that throw.
And Stafford, he's just been dwelling away in Detroit, being blamed for their stupid organization. Now he's with a good team, good old coordinator. Let's you guys get the job done. You traded all the chips in for this.
Yeah.
Now it's time to pay the bill.
Let's just look at it. We're talking about narratives with both teams on the AFC side. Let's look at the narratives for both of these teams. Rams, if they lose, you kind of got next year, but man, you're a year older. Vaughn got older. You know, a couple
Donald's a
guys
year
probably
older.
come. Yeah, Donald's a year older. You got a couple guys coming up on contracts. You know, McVay, the whole McVay factor of getting beat by Kyle Shanahan 7 times in a row.
If I'm Sean McVay, the whole week I'm saying these fuckers have beat us. Everyone's talking shit. No one gives us a chance. We've lost to them. Like it feels like the Rams are kind of the underdog.
It does, even though they're not. But yeah, it does feel like they're only 3-point favorites.
I mean, they're begging their fans, don't sell the tickets.
That's hilarious.
And you can't buy a ticket if you live 100 miles outside the Rams Stadium or some shit.
Insane. That's insane.
It's
Charger fans should have thought of that. It's everybody's.
I'm just saying, bro. You got to limit the tickets. It's everybody else's house.
Oh my god!
Whose
house? Everybody's house.
The Coliseum won the damn Rams house. I went a couple times. It wasn't the Rams house any of the times I went.
Oh my god, that is freaking hilarious, bro. That is funny. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's terrible. But yeah, McVay, it's just a bad look, dude. Like you look at it and you're like, oh, they got another year. Like they got Stafford. This is the all year in, like all in year. They have to do it. Odell, 1 year deal. Who knows if he's gonna re-sign with them? So we'll see, man. Niners, if they win and we get Niners and Chiefs,
another year of Jimmy G. Can't wait.
Look, I've had this conversation with a lot of people. Jimmy G, if he wins this game, I don't think there's no way in hell he comes back next year. Even if he wins the Super Bowl. Great job, bro. You won the game. You brought a Kyle Shanahan.
You're out your goddamn mind.
What?
Out
they
your
keep
mind
him.
if
they
you
keep
think
him.
When Nick Foles won the Super Bowl, it was the worst thing to ever happen to Carson Wentz because one bad throw.
That's different,
everyone's clamoring for Jimmy G back.
That's different.
No, it's not because the guys on their roster, they have to be the ones to get rid of him. One bad throw by Trey Lance. What the F? Why didn't we keep Jimmy? The locker room says, why didn't we keep Jimmy? We were winning with Jimmy. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. And I mean, let me ask you this, because there's a Niner fan in our life, and he said this to me. He would start Trey Lance for this game. I was like, bro, you're crazy. You're crazy. Do you have any reason, rhyme to do that?
He's not ready, Max. I've been saying
I agree, 100%.
The fucking guy struggled with. Look, he's great and all. He's great as a prospect. Got the arm, got this, got that. But it's fucked up, man, because a lot of kids like him and more kids to come that's coming out, they're all going to get fucking compared to Josh Allen. And I'm sorry, dude. There's never been a prospect like Josh Allen to grow so rapidly within 1 year, really. Like night and day with Josh Allen from year 2 to year 3. Not the same player, not even close. And so everybody thinks small school, big arm, all the intangibles, can run, fits the part. But bro, not everyone is Josh Allen. Don't assume that this guy everyone has Brian Daboll and the right mechanics
or
coach
his work ethic or whatever.
Or the work ethic. Like none of that's involved. Like Trey Lance, like I said, great prospect, huge arm, great talent. But you can't assume that. And I think this year, Kyle Shanahan was fed up with him. He gave up on the fucking kid. He was like, dude, you're not getting it by now. You're not going to get it this year.
They gave him every opportunity to take that job, in my opinion.
Exact. And it came
It's
down
not
to
like Mahomes is in
what
front of
though,
him.
Max? It came down to what? Injury. Jimmy G had to be fucking injured for him to play. It
Yeah.
wasn't the other way around. It wasn't like, okay, every time Jimmy has been playing bad, Kyle Shanahan has stuck to his guns. Said, no, I'm rolling with Jimmy. I think he's seen enough. And as far as this year goes, it's a wrap. The kid's not going to play, even in packages. He's not going to play. Next year, we'll reevaluate him. Get better in the offseason. We'll see where you're at training camp.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel about that. But I think that's different, though, Max, with the whole Eagles situation. I like the parallel. I just think it's different. Trey Lance, for one, not established like Carson Wentz. And number two, I think they're a lot earlier in the process
But I think
than
that
you
even
guys were in Wentz.
I think that makes my point even bigger. Like Carson Wentz was an MVP candidate, and people were clamoring for Foles.
So, like, what do? You trade the
You
guy
just
and you
fucked
take your loss?
up. You just
You
effed
fucked
up. You
up?
didn't really
Like,
I don't know,
3
man.
first-round picks, and you're like, fuck it. Like, we fucked up?
I mean, if they win the Super Bowl, they're like, fuck it, worked out.
I
Jimmy,
get you on that point.
maybe trade just the fire to Jimmy's ass a little bit. I don't know, man. It's just this trade. You just traded 3 first-round picks and got no impact from the kid, and you went into the NFC Championship game.
I get you, Max, because I does John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan have the balls to do that? That's like the ultimate. That's the ultimate. Like, you know what? Like you gotta be so confident in yourself, and so like the way that people will look at him as a GM and as like an organization, that is fucking nuts.
I
Like,
agree.
to do
I
that,
agree.
that would be nuts.
I agree. And it's not like I don't think Jimmy Garoppolo having 2 good games right now will change his trade value. I think
No.
everyone knows what he is.
So you're telling me the difference is the Super Bowl win. He has to win it. Or does he
Yeah, I
have to
think if
just
he
get
wins
there?
it, because if he loses, they'll just scapegoat his ass. Be like, yeah, let's get Jimmy out of here. Let the kids start.
Right.
Bullshit. I mean, and let's be real. If they lose Super Bowl, and it's going to probably be Jimmy didn't play well. So there you go. There's the excuse. Bye. Have a good life. We have a rookie quarterback. We're going to keep a lot of cap space now that we're not paying this punk. That's what it's going to come down
But
to.
why don't you just look at it from the other way and say, Jimmy G got us here. Yeah, he won us a Super Bowl. Let's trade him right now. His value is at an all-time high.
I don't even think winning a Super Bowl will increase his value.
Not even to like a second, at least.
No. Well, do you think so? Like, you think him handing the
I think
ball
if
to
he
Deebo
wins it,
Samuel 40 times in the Super Bowl is going to increase his value?
yeah, I know. It's going to be depending on the way it looks.
So who are you going to pick?
I'm not picking. I'm going to Six Flags, bro. Nah, just kidding.
Why would you? What's on Sunday? Is there a big day on Sunday?
No.
No comment? Okay.
No comment. Nah, just kidding. It's my birthday. But yeah, I'm most likely going to be watching these games, of course. But I hate both of these teams. I hate the Rams. I hate the Niners. I'm going to go with the Niners, dude. I hate to. It pains me to, but I trust Kyle Shanahan more, dude. I trust Kyle Shanahan, and I trust that he'll beat Sean McVay. Like, I like what the Niners bring. Like, in playoff games, yeah, you get the Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes games, like, you know, shootouts. But how often do you get that? And I just think Kyle Shanahan does a great job of managing the game in a way where it fits them. Like, he makes it ugly. He slows it down. He controls the tempo. He controls the domination of the game. And I'm yet to see them. I'm yet to see them fail. Like,
But
they're hot.
he looked really bad against Green Bay, the offense.
When it came down to the chips, though, like, that's the way the game was going. Like, it's not like Green Bay was scoring. Like, I just think both
but I wouldn't
offenses.
say like who
I just
expected
think
the
both.
Niners to be shut out.
I just think both offenses were struggling, though. Like, I think like the weather played a part. Like, the same thing with Green Bay. It's like shit was just not going on offense. Like,
So
that game was gonna be won a different way, and they won it that way.
So if the Rams didn't have the fourth quarter collapse with all the fumbles and just beat the fuck out of the Bucks, would that
I
change?
don't think so. I think even
Wow.
if they didn't have that, I still feel confident in the Niners. It scares me that the way playoff games go, most of the time, I think the Niners are going to win it.
You got
I
a
don't think
score?
it's going to get away from them. I'm going to go Niners 22, Rams 19. Weird
I'm going
score
to go
like
the other
that.
way. I'm going with the Rams 24-21. I think McVay is going to get the monkey off his back. I think there's a lot of star powers. The Stars are playing great. I think it's going to come down to the quarterback, man. And I think the Rams can maybe put together – I want them to put together 3 3/4 good of football. So hopefully
Yeah.
the implosion won't be, like, too hurtful.
And, I mean, we didn't really mention it. The Niners have an elite defense. They
I
have
think
an
they have an
elite.
elite front. The cornerbacks are a little sketchy to me, and I think if
I
Odell –
disagree. Besides their on that side with Avery Thomas, I know Avery Thomas didn't play last week. They were dealing with another rookie and Josh Norman, but Emmanuel Mosley's back. Like they
he's
have a
good.
corner. That's been the most underrated thing about the Niners going into the playoffs. That's been different.
I just feel like, yeah, Devontae Adams is like one of the top 5 receivers in football. But when you take him out, you have no one who's even close. Okay, you take out Cooper Kupp, you still got Odell, who's good. You got Van Jefferson, who's good, and you got Tyler Higbee, and that's a lot better weapons than the Packers. And I think that's the difference.
Yeah. Do you
But of
think
course, it comes down to protecting, because if they have a bad performance, the Rams line, it's over. But they look
Yeah.
pretty good against the Bucks, and no Whitworth. I'm kind of liking their chances.
Like, what is McVay gonna do against them that's different? Do you feel like? Like,
Honestly,
you think he's gonna overthink it and just like change it up and switch things
what did he have
around?
to change up? Like they played an amazing first half, and then they just kind of started getting dominated on the offense. They kind of got a little too relaxed. So I think they're just going to get the job done this time. I mean, the game was like 3 weeks ago,
Yeah.
and the
No,
Niners
I
had
get
something
you.
to play for. And I mean, they could have honestly taken care of the Niners then and not had to worry about them. But I think that's a funny way shit works out.
And you trust the Rams in a close game against the Niners because you said
I
it was
think
going to be
so.
a close
I
game.
trust Stafford right now. Like early in the year, Stafford was kind of going. He had the hot start, then some bad picks, and Matthew Stafford's hot again. You and I both know it's about when you get hot at the quarterback position, because Joe Flacco, Josh Allen was the hottest quarterback, and he ran into an immovable object in Patrick Mahomes. But sometimes the quarterbacks heat up, and it changed everything. Nick Foles won. He heated up at the right time.
Yeah. I'm really interested to see what happens with Jimmy. That now that you said that'll be insane, dude.
Sad Joey or happy Joey won after this game?
I hope we see sad Joey. Fuck Joey.
Oh, why? I didn't say it, Joey. One said it, man. He be making me talk bad about you.
He already fucking loves the fact that I'm going with the Niners, okay? So he's already getting his joy into this. I just feel like the fact that you're picking it close, I think it kind of makes me more confident that you're thinking it's going to be a close game too. Close game, ugly game, I'm picking the Niners. If it's a high scoring game, I think the Rams got it. If I see that it's going to be a shootout right off bat, it may be close in the beginning, but it'll die down. Jimmy G's not going to be able to do all that. They're not built that way. That's the one way they're not going to be able to win. Another thing to mention before we move on to the NBA stuff, another matchup I like, the Rams don't really have that good of linebackers. And where does Jimmy G love to throw the ball? Middle of the field. That works out in their favor too.
Well, hopefully Ernest Jones comes back for the Rams and kind of makes a difference. But it's kind of hard asking the guy to come back and the NFC Championship game and have a huge game.
Yeah, because that's probably their weakest point is their linebackers.
Definitely.
Yeah. So something to look at. I'm excited though, bro. I can't wait for championship weekend. There you guys go. Pick'ems in the books. After this, we got one more for the Super Bowl, man. I can't wait. Max is the winner. I know Max is the winner, but you still suck, bro. All right.
Nice.
No.
Wow, that's nice.
All right. Let's get into the
episode.
NBA stuff.
You don't want to do Sean Payton real quick?
Sean Payton. All right, let's do Sean Payton.
You ever heard of him?
Oh man. Retired? Step down? What the fuck did he do?
He needs a break. I mean, he had 3 years left on his contract. I would say his job security was at 99% one. So this all had to be from him. I think it's very sudden, very weird. And all the teams with head coaching vacancies, and maybe even the Dallas Cowboys would
This is
fire
the
their
worst
coach
one.
for Sean Payton right now.
Yeah.
And it's
This is the
crazy
worst vacancy, though.
he's
Just
got a
say that.
Super Bowl win under his resume. He's 152 and 89, 63 win percentage, 9 and 8 in the playoffs, excuse me. In recent years, there's been some like heartbreaking losses. 10 winning seasons. He's 23rd in win percentage one. What do you think?
Sean Payton, one of the greatest minds to ever coach football. Right off bat. One thing I always remember by Sean Payton, second half against the Colts in the biggest game of the year in the Super Bowl, onside kick to start off the game. That takes fucking balls, bro. Like he was really good, man. And kind of before the McVays and the Kyle Shanahans, like this was the offensive guru. Like the Saints kind of were the first ones to do it in a sense. And it paid off, man. I mean, 10 years, I would say dominance, dude. Like dominated their division. And they were top dogs for years. But I gotta say this, with all that praise, fuck, he let him into so shitty situation. I know like the GM has a part to play in it, but goddamn, dude, they're in cap hell.
When you're in that window you just gotta go for it. And that's what they did. And let's be real. They should have went to the Super Bowl the years the Rams went. That was bullshit. It had nothing to do with them. They outplayed the Rams. They were going to win the game.
Arguably against the Vikings.
Yeah, I mean, you're one miracle play away. I mean, that'll never happen again, something like that. And it's just a 1 in a million play. It's kind of weird when you think about him. Like you said, dominance. Like we forget he got suspended for a whole year by the NFL for Bountygate, which is just crazy to think about. A head coach being suspended a whole year. What I think of Sean Payton, I agree with you. I think of the Super Bowl win, but I think what that Super Bowl meant to the city of New Orleans, a city that just was destroyed by Hurricane Katrina. And I know we all know the Monday night game where they got this pump block by Steve Gleason, and your brother said it best, man. Big shoes to fill. This is like filling after an icon in New Orleans. Like this is crazy. Like, and there's talks about he might come back. I think he'll definitely coach again. I think his run as a Saints coach is done. That's just what I believe. And it's just
any chance he takes a year off and comes back.
I think that'd be really weird. They had no discussion about it from what I read. He was a 6th grade team. Like when he got suspended the year, he was the 6th grade coach for his son's team. He was the OC. Yeah. I like that. Wow. So maybe a little peewee coach. I think Sean Payton loves football. Like really loves it, breathes it, wants to talk about it. I wouldn't be surprised if he became the next Gruden. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that name because that's a bad name to mutter for one. The next John G. There you go.
John G.
Johnny G.
I think he's gonna come back. I don't see him staying.
You never know, Juan, because maybe ESPN throws $50 million at him for 2 years, or 3 years, and it's like, wow, I can just do football and get paid.
Right.
Like how long was Gruden out the game?
10 years.
That's almost. Would you ever have thought he would have been out 10 years?
I think it was, but Gruden and him, two different types of ways. Gruden was forced to retire because of like mediocrity. Sean Payton's retiring on a different level. He's retiring.
So you're saying like
not at Gruden top, retired, but
when Gruden left the Bucs, he was nowhere near as in demand as Sean Payton would be.
No fucking way.
Okay.
No team.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
Yeah. No. So it took a while for people to have a bad memory of John Gruden. Like people just forgot, like, yeah, he went to the Super Bowl that 1 year, and then after that, straight literally mediocrity. Like 8-8, 7-9. And Sean Payton, different story. I mean, yeah, you probably can argue like, oh, he was on his way to doing that. But I'm sorry, that Saints team overachieved.
Yeah.
Jameis Winston out for the year, and you still wind up having a chance to be in the playoffs last week of the season. Sean Payton's on a whole different level. I put Sean Payton onto the Andy Reid, Mike Tomlin, Bill Belichick like tier, elite, and anyone will kill for him to be the head coach of their team. I would definitely hire Sean Payton if I'm the Raiders.
Would you give
Like,
up a
no
third round
doubt.
pick for Sean Payton?
I would give up 2 first-round picks, 3 first-round picks. That's how much
Wow.
confidence he's
Well, I mean,
elite.
it makes sense for you guys because you wouldn't do shit with him anyway. So yeah, I agree with you.
I hate you, but
Okay.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm
Little
getting
shots.
excited. I'm over here repeating myself, looking.
I thought
freaking
the
Riri.
camera fucked up again. You're like, I
know.
would have.
That's how excited I will be if Sean Payton was the head coach for the Raiders.
Grab a towel and dry yourself off, my guy. I think we're good with the NFL after Juan just had a mini gasm on the podcast when it came to Sean Payton. Now we can get into NBA.
I would love Sean Payton to be there. Hey, Sean, you watching this? Probably not. Come to the Raiders.
What do you mean? Probably not. Definitely
come to Vegas.
is.
Come to Vegas, baby. All right. Anyway, let's get into the NBA stuff, man. You said you wanted to talk a little All-Star stuff, right?
I have some All-Star stuff, yeah.
All right.
I just want to talk about who you think we can make some cases for some guys. I mean, of course, there's locks, right? Like LeBron, what do we really need to say? He's been carrying this sorry sack of a Lakers team for this whole year. No LeBron. I mean, no AD. And he's playing with an anchor. I won't say the anchor's name. But just, I mean, what case would you make for LeBron? Is there a case to be made against him? I don't think so.
I don't think so. I mean, he's having one of the best years of his career. As crazy as that is.
So maybe what we should do is we'll go to the locks and then we'll go to some like fringe guys.
Gotcha.
So go ahead and say what you're going to say, though. I'm sorry.
No, he's been amazing this year. I mean, the Lakers just suck. And he missed a couple of games. So maybe you're playing that part. One guy that sticks out automatically to me, DeMar DeRozan. DeMar DeRozan, I don't care where you put him, forward, guard. I don't know how they do it I don't know how they're going to do it in the All-Star. I know they already mess with it like backcourt, front court. I don't care where you put this guy. DeRozan needs to be an All-Star. Lock. That's one of my locks right there.
I feel like the impact for the Bulls has just been too clutch. Like he's been too clutch. He's game winners. It's just a different type of scoring than Levine. It's distribution. And I feel like his game has just been like beautiful on the Bulls. And I mean, let's be real. The Bulls are a good team. They have Lonzo Ball. They have Vucevic. Lonzo's playing great. Shooting a lot of threes. Everyone who said he's not a 3-and-D player, but whatever. That's my fucking gripe with everyone. I think DeMar's just been the most impactful guy on the Bulls this year. And when you look at when you vote for guys, like not that we have a real ballot, but like what's the percentage of games you want to see played? Like to me, I was going to add Draymond to our list, but he's played 29 out of like 49. That's just too many missed games for me.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think?
It's tough. I would say, oh man, how many games have been played? How many games?
Let's say 50-ish.
By the time we get to the All-Star break, you're saying?
No, right now there's been 50 games played.
50 games played. Yeah, I would say the cutoff mark for me will probably be 15 games.
15. So you can miss 15.
Yeah, 15 games.
So that would be about, you want to see him play 70% of the season. Like, so 3/4 of the season. Okay.
Yes.
I like that number too.
Let's just stay on the East. Another lock, Joel Embiid. You agree?
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
yeah.
I also have here maybe a lock, Ben Simmons. I would just love to see this is the only game Ben Simmons could play in this whole year. I definitely think he could use the money. It would be awesome. I wouldn't know what, like it'd be kind of like a real game of Ben Simmons. What would he do? Would he just bring up the ball? Would he play center? But for the sake of being realistic and unbiased, I don't think we'll see a Ben Simmons All-Star selection.
Right. And another one, KD.
Oh,
lock.
Best player in basketball when he's healthy. But he's going to miss this game, unfortunately. So let's just say he's a lock. I know that you know what the NBA loves to do, Juan. They love to say, hey, you made it. Now let's get another guy to be an all-star.
Right. And to me, those are the 3 locks where I don't think there's no discussion. No.
I think you're missing one.
Who?
Giannis?
Oh, yeah, Giannis. I did forget about Giannis.
Yeah.
So you'll have this.
The Bucks have been so quiet, though, right? It's not just me. Yeah. It's just like they just do whatever. We know what the Bucks are.
So you'll have 1 center, 2 forwards. Are you calling DeRozan a guard? Fuck it.
Yeah. Are you talking about just the East? Those are the locks on the East?
Yes, just the East. Just the East.
Okay.
So who we putting at point? Are we putting another shooting guard? Or are we putting a point guard?
So who's the point guard who do you think's the best guard in the East?
Oh man, I'm looking at a couple guys.
Like, okay, what about Trae Young? What would you say about Trae Young?
His
Yeah, look,
numbers
guys,
say it.
his number, yeah, exactly. Like, you can't always get caught up in numbers. Like, I know, like, you listen to Charles Barkley and Shaq. Charles Barkley likes winning. Shaq's like, it don't matter. To me, it
Right.
matters because when you're the leader of one of these teams, and I think there's some exceptions to the rule, but when you're the leader like Trae Young, and the team has just been one abysmal. They're 12th in the East, 21-25. They're 4 games back, which doesn't seem crazy.
No.
It's just like it's just so disappointing to me. And then you hear stuff coming out. John Collins ain't happy. It's like we're hearing all the same shit we heard last time. And
Right.
it was like, well, we fired Nate McMillan, and then the interim coach gets these guys playing right. Like, I don't get it. I think Trae Young, man, I wouldn't want him to be a starter by any means, but like, I don't know, man. I just
There's
don't
no
know.
one else to me. Like, who you're gonna pick? Drew Holiday? No.
I wouldn't put Drew Holiday in.
James Harden? No. I don't think he's been playing at an elite level.
I don't think so either. Like, again, Drew, like James Harden will limp these guys up. He's averaging like 23, 10, 8. But it's just like it don't look the same. I feel like when KD's been out there, he's been the dominant force, and James Harden's just playing like a second fiddle. And maybe what is it? Maybe we're just taking Harden for granted, but he doesn't look like the same Harden to me. Like, I don't think he carries anymore.
No, I agree. And the other thing will be, like, let's just say fuck point guard, and we add Zach LaVine. I think he's a guy that's worthy of it.
LaVine. So Zach LaVine's a definite all-star guy for you.
No, he's an all-star. Just okay. I think the positions right now, I do think DeMar's better than him, but you can't put 2 shooting guards. So it's just automatically to
let's just for the sake of this one, let's just pick the fucking team we want.
Okay.
Let's do that. These are our all-star ballots.
Yeah.
So you're talking about Zach LaVine. What about a guy like Tyler Hero? You think he's an all-star?
Let me look at his numbers.
I just think this is what I say because Jimmy Butler's missed 16 games. That's like he's played around 60% of the games. Like, honestly, Jimmy Butler's better than Tyler Hero, but Tyler Hero's averaging like 21, 4 and 4. His shooting's been good. You got some late game stuff with him. Excuse me as I do a little burp into the mic for all those watching. I'm sorry. But I think Tyler Hero, like, I wouldn't say he's on the fringe, right? Like, he'll be the first alternate, but like he's been playing at that really good level we thought we'd get last year.
Wow, he's averaging 20 points a game.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it, man. I went back and watched some film of him. Like, man, he's doing like bubble shit again.
Yeah.
They're putting a lot on his lap, and yeah, he averages a lot of turnovers, but he's not Duncan Robinson.
Maybe
he's a guy to give the ball to.
Maybe at the fact when the All-Star ends, the voting or whatever, they're still the number 1 seed because right now Miami's number 1, right?
Miami's playing out their fucking mind.
Yeah,
and Butler's been missing a lot of games, and Kyle Lowry, he's basically transitioned from All-Star to a good player.
Look at Bam. Bam's only played 22.
Yeah, so that's like 50% of the season. So somebody like to me, the 1 seed has to have 1 guy on it.
That's
minimum. So is the guy Tyler Hero?
I think they wind up picking probably Jimmy Butler.
I think so too. But like to me, Tyler Hero, I would just reward him, man. I feel like I honestly I hate when it becomes a legacy thing in the All-Star game. Like I understand like there's some guys to me that doesn't matter. Like Kobe, he should not have been an All-Star the last couple years, but I understand because for what he meant to the game.
Right.
But
like
there's
Yao
some
Ming
guys
and shit making it.
Yeah, it's like why the fuck's Yao still here? Like, I love you, Yao. But like, come on, dog. Like, you're not making it. Like Shaq at the end, I don't think Shaq should have made. Like Shaq made it in Phoenix, but like Shaq, he didn't make All-Star games off name alone anymore, and that's how it should be. When you've like regressed to a point, you shouldn't make it.
Yeah. So right now, we got 6 guys that we want, right?
So who are the guys on the East? We have DeMar,
KD, Joel, Giannis, and
you have LaVine,
and Trae Young. Trae Young has to make it.
It's kind
of maybe not as a starter.
Yeah, it kind of pains me though to put him on there. Like to me, I think Fred VanVleet's more deserving than Trae Young.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
That. No, I think
I just think the Raptors have been good.
Trae Young has been a fucking abysmal along with his team on the defensive end, but on the offensive end, he is putting together like amazing numbers.
So is there no case for Fred VanVleet?
We'll get there. He's a fringe guy, but right now
I agree with you on that.
we got 7 guys. So I'm trying to get down to where do we start leaving off guys, because there's a lot of
You want the
fringe
cutoff to be
guys in the
10
East.
Well, do you want to do 10 guys, not including KD, because he's just going to miss the game?
Yeah, we'll do 10.
Okay.
So we're at 7.
We're
so
at
let's
6
do
with no KD.
We're at 6 with
because
no
KD's
KD.
not going to play.
Gotcha. Okay. I think another guy that needs to make it, Miles Bridges.
Really?
Miles Bridges has
I
to
would
make
thought I would be the guy. I thought you'd be fighting for LaMelo and I'd be fighting for Bridges.
No, Bridges has to make it. He's the best player on the Hornets. Let's see.
I think so too, man. I just feel like offense, defense. I know everyone's going to say LaMelo because he has some flashy games. I think LaMelo's close one. Like, he's not having a bad year. But to me, I feel like Bridges has just been out of this world, especially on defense and just big performances.
They might put him in just for popularity.
Oh, I mean, House of Highlights would fucking riot if LaMelo Ball didn't make it.
I think the 2 guys that stand out to me, one of them has to make it. I don't care which one, but Darius Garland or Evan Mobley. I'm putting one of those guys in, not both.
Dude, I would love to put both in, honestly. I mean, I feel like the Cavs are 29 and 19. I remember I said they're under, but we both kind of liked them, but we just didn't know how you playing 3 7-footers would work. I mean, isn't there a case for Jared Allen too? He's averaging 16 and 11.
As crazy as that is,
I would say if I was going to rank the Cavs, just in the Cavs, Garland, Mobley, Allen. But man, Mobley's so close to making it. I wish we could find a way to get Mobley on here.
But I'm putting in one in the Cavs, so we're at 8, correct?
I guess we should go with Garland.
Yeah, we'll put Garland. It don't matter. Just one of them has to make it.
Mm-hmm.
So we're at 8. We got 2 more.
So Jason,
do we
Brown?
Just put in Chris Middleton just because of the name?
No, I think we should leave him. I think. What about Tatum or Brown?
Tatum makes it. I
feel bad for Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, so that's 9.
I wish they could
more spot.
I wish you could literally have Tatum the first half and Brown the second half because it's like the same fucking guy almost.
Yeah. So this is where it gets.
We got
a little
2 spots
tricky.
left. We got 2 spots. Left. Yeah.
Okay. So we got Bradley Beal, Siakam, Van Vliet, LaMelo. Who else? Chris Middleton.
Those are bonus. I feel like we just have to put them on there, you know?
Yeah.
Because our video. Shout out to that video.
I don't think Sabonis makes it.
Not this year, no. I mean, he's had a good year, but I don't think they're force feeding him the ball, so the stats aren't what they were. And the Pacers struggled. I'm
gonna go now that I'm seeing this. I like LaMelo's chances. I think he'll make it.
Well, we need another. Do we want to be a little bit realistic and throw in another big? We only have one big. Well, I guess you have Giannis and Joel.
Yeah, I don't think another big will make it. If anything, if they want a big, they'll pick Mobley over Garland.
What about Vucevic? 3 Bulls?
How many games has he played? 39?
Yeah, 85% of the games. 16.
Yeah.
I don't like he hasn't had the best year, but I mean he's taken a step back when it comes to like touches and stuff.
Yeah.
And like you said, Bam can't make it. He's barely played.
I like Middleton, honestly. For the last 2 spots, I like LaMelo and Chris Middleton.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to put Middleton in. I think Van Fleet's got a better case than LaMelo.
Let's look at Van Vliet, man. I remember you were kind of critical of him, man.
I was, before there's no record of that, thank God, but I was.
Calling him a little munchkin,
He is a munchkin. He's a munchkin, but he's a great basketball player.
Yeah, he's been balling this year. I mean, the Raptors are looking like the team I thought they were last year.
Like, I know they're 23 and 22, but they've had a lot of injuries. Like, It's not that amazing of a roster, even though I like Scotty Barnes a lot. But I think Van Fleet, the late game heroics, just the shooting percentages, shooting 40% from 3. And they're pretty good. They're improved from last year. I know they kind of tanked at the end of the year. But I think one of these guys should make it. I'm always in it with one where it's like you should have some guys from good teams. Like, I love Bradley Beal. But I feel like, man, it's Bradley Beal or him. And I feel like Bradley Beal gets snubbed every year. Yeah. But, I mean, we're only doing 10 guys. And they have like 12.
So Name the 10 guys we got. And like we said, KD, we're leaving off due to injury because we know he's not going to play in the game. He's an obvious all-star.
We got DeMar, Joel, Giannis, Levine, Trae Young, Miles Bridges, Garland, Tatum, Middleton. And we have one spot. Do you want to give it to Van Fleet?
I say, I mean,
or
we'll do both. I'll give my spot to LaMelo Ball, but I understand why you're giving it to Van Vliet.
I mean, the real team's like 12 guys, but we just want to do 10 just for the sake of just doing 10 guys.
Yeah. I like it though, man. I like it. We'll see where it goes. It's a popularity contest with most of these things. But let's move on to the West. Is the West as interesting as the East?
Well, I think we should again. Let's start with the locks. LeBron, Jokic, Curry.
Yeah.
Even though I think Curry's kind of been slumping a little bit, I still would say like it's so crazy the way they guard him. He's like a number one receiver.
I think
have to eliminate him.
Things get kind of messy off bat with the starters.
Well, I think for sure you got 4: Morant, Curry, LeBron, Jokic.
You put 2 point guards?
Yeah, why not? Fuck it. It's an all-star game. What do we care?
Have those been the 2 best guards? I don't care. Have
those been the 2 best guards in your opinion in the West?
Not close. No, it's close. I mean, Chris Paul's really good. He just doesn't have the numbers.
Yeah, I get that. So who's the next guy you want to put in there? I wouldn't want to put Luka as a starter. I feel like Luka's had a slow start, and when you show up to camp at 260, you're supposed to be 225. I'm a little concerned.
I think it's your boy, Donovan Mitchell. You got to put him in.
Really? Wow.
I think so. And this is where it's at. So we put 3 point guards.
Mitchell's a shooting guard. Shut up. Just leave me alone. I mean, you can put 3 guards. Like, I know you got the forwards. Like, Mitchell's played a little at forward this year. But it's just hard, man. It's like, honestly, like, Paul George would have made it if he was healthy. Like, Kawhi Leonard's out. Like, we didn't even put Dame on this one either. There's no Dame. Yeah. There's no, like, honestly, I feel like the West this year, like, you could have put Luka, but I get he has the stats, but you think Luka's looked as good as in years past?
You can't put him in. You can't. He's not there. And the Mavs are fucking terrible right now.
Dude, I think there's a lot more talent in the East. I'm just going with that. Like,
there's a lot. There's a lot more. So right now we got 3 point guards. We got Ja, Steph, and Mitchell, and then we got Braun. So we got one more spot for a starter. Who's the last one? Is it Gobert?
Jokic.
Oh, Jokic. Sorry. Okay, so we're done with the starters.
Yeah, we're done. I have a case for Russell Westbrook if you want to hear it.
You should be working for Russell Westbrook.
Stats galore is my number one thing.
18.6, 8 rebounds, 8 assists, but 43% from the field.
Yeah.
30% from 3, we'll call it.
Can I get my next key?
Yeah.
Just don't pay attention to how it looks. Just look at the numbers. Don't actually watch him play. Just watch the numbers.
Just don't look at the 4 turnovers a game.
No. Don't look at any of it. Just look at the numbers in the newspaper. That's it.
I'm just going to look at the name. Fuck it.
Yeah. Okay, is there any other locks you think should make the team? Like, I think Booker. Booker's on there.
Booker's a lock. So that's 6.
Chris Paul?
7. That's a lock.
Okay. I feel like this is where it's going to start to get interesting because
Gobert's an 8. He's a lock.
Dude, I wouldn't vote for Gobert, and I fucking love the guy, man. I just think he plays really well. He does his shit, but man, it's just like this is regular season. I know the All-Stars are regular season.
It's a regular season award, though.
I know, but it's just like, to me, it's like I'd rather give it to Cat.
Cat's gonna make it. I'm putting Cat in.
So you're gonna put Rudy Gobert and Cat?
Yes.
Bro, I'd rather get Cat and Edwards than Gobert and Cat.
No. You gotta put in Gobert, and I still put in Cat.
I mean,
fuck it. I mean, this is our ballot.
Okay, so you're not gonna put in Luka?
Damn. I forgot about Luka.
Look, I'll make a mini list of the guys. So we got Luka.
You still put in Luka.
We got Luka, Gobert, Edwards, Cat. We had one more. I forgot his name. Sorry. Forgot who was going to say. DeJounte Murray, Shea.
Shea, Paul
Like, okay,
George.
this is a perfect example of when I said it's not about winning because Shea, their team's not trying to win, and yet they're competitive every now. So, like, okay, maybe we should have just done 12 guys, but if we're gonna do 10 guys, we got to pick 3 out of these 5: Gobert, Cat, Edwards, DeJounte Murray, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And honestly, I feel like Draymond Green had a case one, but he's been banged up for a lot of the year.
And Luka. Did you put Luka in there?
I put Luka in there, yeah. Sorry, I might not have said it, but Luka's there too. So I want to just check Draymond Green's games. I think it was 29 out of 40. He's played 34 out of 50, basically, which is just under the threshold, or just like, I don't know, man. This is where it gets real freaking hairy. And like, dude, let's agree. Anthony Davis shouldn't even sniff this ballot.
No, fuck no.
I think we're the only people who said he wasn't an all-star last year.
Yeah. He doesn't deserve it this year. Look, I'm going with this. I got Gobert, Cat, and Luka. That's it. I know it sucks to leave off a couple of these guys, even though it's 10, but it's really
well. Let's
12.
Just put in Luka. I agree with. I would have to vote for Luka.
Yeah, Luka's it. Okay. He's on.
So then we're left with Gobert, Edwards, Cat, Shai, and DeJounte for 2 spots.
I love DeJounte more, honestly, more than Edwards and Shai. I do. If I had an extra spot, that's who would go in. It wouldn't be Ant and it wouldn't be Shai. It would be DeJounte Murray. And I think he should be up for grabs for most improved player because he has improved massively.
He went from 5 assists last year to 9. It's a huge just tick in playmaking.
I don't know if it's because DeRozan's out, so he's getting a little bit more bulk of the offense, but I've seen really big growth with him.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you. And again, it's not like assist me playmaking. We've seen that too much with Russell Westbrook where it's like, oh, you got an assist. He's a good playmaker. Just looks different out there. It just looks a little bit different. Looks better. If it was up to me, I'd go with Cat and DeJounte. We don't need to have Gobert in the All-Star game. He's no fun out there. The All-Star game's not about defense.
That's insane. Remember when I got to reward the guy. Game? He's going to shit the bed in the playoffs, but it's a regular season shit, so got to give it to him.
And real quick, I'll hit some of the teams we don't even have guys from. The Clippers, it was Paul George, but he's been too hurt. Blazers, I don't think there's anybody. Brandon Ingram, Zion. I would love to see what Zion looks like right now, so I'd vote for him. Kings, no, I don't think De'Aaron Fox. And then the Rockets, John Wall.
Nobody.
So, okay. So you were going to go with Gobert and Cat?
Gobert, Cat, yeah.
You got to pick one, dude. You got to have a guard in there. Come on.
I got to pick one?
Yeah.
I'm going with Gobert over Cat.
I'll go with DeJounte over Cat then, man. I hate doing that because I feel like
even
it's so critical of Cat. And
even if I had a legit ballot, Max, even if I had I was a legit voter and they told me you got to pick one or the other because we can't have 2 centers.
I'm legitimately picking Gobert than a ballot. Maybe we should do an actual ballot, like 12 guys.
Yeah.
Maybe when they announce the team, we'll do something like that. But I love the discussion one because there's so many interesting cases. Like, it's crazy to me, like how Edwards not going to make it. And Edwards has just been, I think he's been really good this year. I feel like I get Cat has more stats than him, but I feel like Edwards is the engine for the team. Like, he's the dog on the team. Like, do you see that when you see Edwards play?
Yeah, but I see a lot of inconsistency with him. Some games you don't know where he's at.
Yeah, and then some games like last game, 40 points, just doing whatever he wants out there. There's a great video we made of him.
Yes, sir.
Plug it.
Hey, man. Go ahead. NBA videos. Check them out. We got a couple of all-stars here. Sabonis, Kobe, Ant-Man Edwards. Who else do we do?
Soon to be.
Is Caruso an all-star?
Dude, he's hurt. So
Lonzo?
we can vote for him. Lonzo almost. Dude, Caruso, did you see what happened to him? Grayson Allen. You can't do that. It's one of the few white guys in the
when
NBA.
You don't play for the Lakers, though. I mean, let's be honest. No.
Grayson Allen cannot do that to a guy who basically does the same shit he does but plays clean.
Yeah, most
it's
definitely.
Messed up.
But let's go over the teams one more time. So we picked 10 guys for East and West. Go ahead and go over that for the start out with the East.
I will preface this with this was just our off the top. We just did some research and we just had a discussion. We have Kevin Durant, who's not on the team, but he's injured. He's missing the game, but he would have been the number one guy. We have DeMar, Joel Embiid, Giannis, Levine, Trae Young, once pick, Miles Bridges, Darius Garland, Jason Tatum, Chris Middleton, Fred VanVleet. Honestly, the East needs to have Gobert in it just because, like, we need some bigs over there. And then for the West, we have LeBron James, Nikola Jokic, Steph Curry, John Morant, and Donovan Mitchell as the starters. And we have Devin Booker,
3
Chris
point
Paul,
guards, baby.
Devin Booker, Chris Paul, Luka, Rudy Gobert, and DeJounte Murray. And if you know what one, there was fucking years they had Amari Stoudemire, Tim Duncan, and Yao out there. So don't give me no shit. The NBA was doing that.
Yeah. Fuck it, bro.
And hey, there's 4 more spots up for grabs. So maybe
I'm
everyone will make it.
How hard, like, if the season stays afloat, which it's probably not, by the end of the season, things are gonna change. Guys are gonna get hurt, etc. Traded. It's gonna be hard to pick a all NBA team because those are rules. You gotta have some rules with those. You can't pick 3 point guards.
No, you cannot. I think for what I know, the way they do it is basically two guards, whatever you want, 2 forwards, and then a center or a big guy. Yeah. But I agree with you, and that's the type of stuff that gets guys paid. If you make an All-NBA team, your contract jumps up a percentage.
It's gonna be crazy because you're gonna see a guy who probably didn't deserve to be there, but he's in there because of the position. Absolutely. But it's weird with guys like fucking DeRozan. It's like, oh, we could put him at forward and guard. It's like, and Giannis, even Levine.
Giannis plays center sometimes. So what's the point?
Yeah. And even with Levine plays point guard sometimes.
And so does DeMar. It's crazy.
And so does DeMar. Yeah, DeMar plays point guard too.
I think it's just weird. The only good thing about the NBA All-Star game, it's not like the Pro Bowl where guys who make the All-NBA team don't make the All-Star team.
Yeah.
It's like oh my God, the guy on Tennessee, Simmons, what's his first name? Jeffrey Simmons. Yeah, all pro guy, no Pro Bowl. That makes sense, right?
Perfect sense.
So tune in next week, guys. We're gonna have our Pro Bowl ballot if we cared enough to do it.
I know. I did talk about the Pro Bowl that day that Too Tall podcast. Brett.
I blacked that out. Whenever I hear Pro Bowl, I black out.
I wanted to talk about the rosters. I thought it was cool. But that's gonna do it for today's episode, man. Appreciate you guys rocking with us. Like I said, go ahead and hit that like button. Smash that subscriber button. If you guys are new to the channel, comment down below any thoughts that you guys have. Shout out to everyone in the live chat. Shout out to my brother, man. Love you. Audio listeners, shout out to you guys. Go ahead and 5-star review. Write us a review. All that. Twitter, Instagram, Max_JuanCast. We are here live every Wednesday at about 5-ish p.m. Pacific time. Sometimes we're late, sometimes we're early. We get it done though. And then for the recaps, we're always here either Sunday night or Monday morning, baby. All right. So look forward to those. Enjoy the games. Enjoy life. Max, you have a good one. We are out. Peace.
Bro,